battery pack I just got called RAV Power Dynamo on the Go Power Bank. It's for iPad, iPhone, iPod, and most cell phones and other mobile devices. Basically, let's just say anything that charges from a USB cable. Reliable, affordable, value, www.ravpower.com. Okay, just quick look at the box. Okay, very simple, black, 500 recharges, more than 500 times. And on the back, we have the Dynamo on the Go Power Bank with a list of everything it's good for. And don't get it wet, don't unscrew it, don't burn it, don't have a shower with it, don't throw it away, make sure you recycle it and dispose of it properly. Okay, let's do a little unboxing. There, box. Okay, so what do we have? We have a RAV Power labeled USB plug-in brick, plastic, two, count them, two curly USB cables, a nice little felt kind of box, or bag, don't eat it, the box, nice sturdy box, not over packaged, I like that, and a little English, German, French, Chinese, Italian, and the Japanese contents with features, specifications. This is the 10,400 mAh. So let's call it 10.4. Haha, good buddy. 5 volt input at 1 amp. Output either a 5 volt 1 amp or a 5 volt 2 amp. I shouldn't say or, I should say and. Both of them can be used at the same time. It's 4.5 inches by 2.76 inches by 0.83 inches. Just over 8 ounces. Overcurrent, short circuit, protection, 0 to 40 degrees working temperature. Store in the package includes the power bank, 2 micro USB cables, a free bonus flannel bag, a user's guide, and a USB charger. Due to Nokia's design, some cell phones might not be compatible. So, how to use it? Basically plug it into the USB. How to charge it? Plug it into something that outputs USB power. Charge your mobile devices, warranty, problem solving, and other languages. A nice basic manual. But let's take a look at what we have here. First off, let's start with the USB cables. Stretchy, stretchy. Yes, they're curly, stretchy. You see, a nice female and a micro USB cable, and 2 of them. Haha. Should I unwrap this? I don't think it's going to make much difference. Ooh, unwrapping. There we go. RAV Power with the power symbol. Nice small one. And let's unzip that. Ooh, shiny. Not too bad. A bit of a typical glossy, shiny fingerprints, but not too bad. The power button, I don't know if you can see that with the lights on, but there are blue lights, and when it's charging they'll turn green. RAV Power, little ovaler shape, and here at the back it says pretty much the same thing, model RP-PB07 10,400. Made in China. Okay, the important part you want to see here, output 2 amps, output 1 amp. So here is the fast charging output and the regular charging output, and right here in the middle is the input. One thing right away I like about that is you can see the input cable when it's plugged in is exactly the same as the charging cable. I've had a few different power banks that use mini and then micro. Like if you have a micro cell phone, you're carrying around a micro cable, you also need a mini cable to charge it. This one, micro and micro, and that's handy. And they include both of them. So you can see, let's try it out here. They're both nice and stretchy. Okay. So, what can you do with that? Well, the easy answer is you can charge your cell phone. Okay, so here's my nice new cell phone, the HTC Butterfly. Yeah, it's at 74%. Almost full. This thing has a huge battery, so I've actually not needed a battery pack quite as much as when I had one of my older phones. But if you have, say, the One or the iPhone and you're running out of battery before you're running out of day, you're definitely going to need one of those. And you can see right away, as soon as I plug it in, it is charging. I hope you can see that. I don't know. I can see it, okay? There's a little orange light on there. Yeah, the video lights might be a little hard to see. Now, what's good about this one? Well, if you have a slightly smaller one, this one's only 2,000. This thing's almost 4, so this doesn't even charge it up once. Get rid of that. Maybe you went green and bought something with a solar charger. Now this one is not a bad little battery. You can actually charge it with the same way. But again, you see, it has the problem I was talking about, micro to mini. I don't like that. Just sitting there. It's uncharged itself. This one's been sitting in the sun for days, and you can see it's not charged itself up. Even its literature says 40 hours of direct sunlight to charge it up. So they seem like a good idea. I've not been happy with it. Not a bad form factor. Fits in your pocket all right if you have big pockets. I had one of these, which again I think can be used as a battery pack just charged normally, and it has the solar charger. I've never had it charge with a solar, and you can see it requires a proprietary USB adapter with a female here, and then it came with a ton of different cell phone adapters, so if you had an older cell phone that had different chargers, it was actually quite handy. But as soon as you switch over to a USB modern charging device, yeah, I'm never going to buy something that uses other than USB. I did buy this one at Computex. Not a bad little one. It's about, if you take a look at the size, it's thicker, by not much, but thicker, and about, what was that, 70% of the thickness, or of the width, and almost the same height. So you're not saving a lot of pocket space, and with that thickness, I found it's actually, this sometimes actually feels better in a pocket. This one does have a built-in USB, which I find quite handy. If I was going to buy the RAV Power, I'd probably go with their built-in USB version. They do have some. This one doesn't, but they do. And it has a built-in flashlight, which, you know, if I have my cell phone with me, why would I need a second flashlight? I could see it coming in handy occasionally. And again, it actually still has only 2 USB outs at the same time, because these two are on the same circuit. You can't use them both at the same time. This one, you also need to hit the button to charge. And I won't tell you how many times I've been charging up my cell phone, plug it in, and wander around, do, and an hour or so later I look, and it's not charged at all. I had forgotten to hit that button. So if you're like me, and yeah, I can see why they did it, but for me that doesn't work so good. Like I say, I do like the built-in USB. I'll buy a RAV power with a built-in USB next time. Is that about all I can show you? I guess I could plug it in, see what that does. Let me see if I have my USB cable handy. I do. Let me just snake it around. Okay, just reverse these. And plugging it in. What is it about USB? Always the wrong way. Okay. There's something blinking there. I don't know if that's charging or not. Hard to tell. And this is charging. Let me see what happens when I do that. And it turns to the orange. It looks like they can't charge, this one can't charge and discharge at the same time. They told me it could, so maybe their newer models can. I don't know if this one can or can't. It's blinking green. Whatever that means, I don't know. But they have told me they can charge and discharge at the same time. So I would take a look at that if that's important to you. I'd make sure of that before you bought one. But, I mean, if you have a power outlet, do you really need them charge and discharge at the same time? I'll tell you, that's never come up for me. If I'm someplace that has power, I've usually got a couple of these or my laptop plugged in. So, that's not something that's going to be a major issue for me. Okay. So that is my review of the RAV Power. Oh, yeah, one more thing I wanted to tell you. If you have a smaller one and you're using them both at the same time, you can imagine, well, don't imagine, let's see, these two plugged in at the same time, you're holding it up to the phone, that one, it's not too bad, but so if it moves around a little bit, hard to hold on to. This one actually paired up nicely, this one, I should say, the Melee, paired up actually really nice with my old Tattoo. So if you got a really old, smaller cell phone, sure, go for something small like that. If you have a bigger one, okay, that one, well, if you have big hands, I guess you could do it. Not too bad. It worked a little bit better with my Sensation. The Sensation and this one seemed to pair up a little bit nicer. And you can see, in your pocket, that's going to be a significant thickness. In your hand, if you're up to your ear, that's going to be a significant thickness and a significant weight. On the other hand, if you have the nice RAV Power and one of these nice new big phones, it pairs up a little bit nicer. So as my phone has increased in size, I've definitely wanted my power bank to increase in size as well. This power bank, using an overnight standby with this Doing My Sleep app, uses less than 1 bar of power. So this can run, together can run at least 3 or 4 days. I've actually not gone more than 3 or 4 days, and never been even close to running out of power with these two together. So compared to, say, my old Sensation, where using one of these other ones and the Sensation, I would use both of them up and at the end of the day had to recharge. These ones, with just normal use, I can definitely go a day or two without worrying too much about it. So if you're taking a vacation somewhere, going for a long weekend, one of these in your pocket with your cell phone, especially if you're on vacation, you're not maybe using it to do on the internet as much as you would normally. Definitely can work out better for you. So there's the RAV power brick. Nice solid feel to it. Plastic body, but a solid feel. This one, I don't think they say here, but this is the LiPo version. Lithium polymer batteries are definitely the way to go if you can get them. A lot of the remote control cars you see will be switching over to the LiPo. Compared to the slightly older batteries, lithium ions, it's a lot lighter, smaller, and a little bit more expensive. So as they're coming down in price, definitely the way to go right now would be the lithium polymer. If you can find them, if you can get them, definitely switch over to LiPo. If you can't, lithium ion's not bad. You know, you can put it in your cargo pocket or your backpack. But if you want something that can fit in your pocket, you definitely want to go with a LiPo, a little bit thinner form factor. So the RAV Power is now living in my pocket. I'm very happy that they sent me one to try out, and it's definitely replaced, as you can see. I've tried a few others, and it's definitely the one that's staying in my pocket for a while now. So, Kip69 from Overclock.net Reviews. Bye-bye.